Hi there, this is Kevin from RogueDeckBuilder.com here with another Modern Masters draft. I'm having a lot of fun with this. This is actually, I had 10 cube tickets, and cube tickets can actually be used right now for the Phantom events. And so I am not going to be picking anything with any sort of value, as you do not get to keep your cards in the Phantom events. So this is wide open. I can go my beloved fairy strategy, which you've all seen so many times, or I could get this Divinity of Pride, which is just so good, and I've already gone that strategy as well. I definitely do think it is the best card in the pack. There isn't a lot of comments here that are too exciting. A lot of the fairly weaker comments here. And then, so we got the Pestermite, which you know how much I'm in love with Pestermite, but I don't know how sick of you guys are about seeing my fairies build. So I'm either going to go search for tomorrow or this Divinity. I'll take the Divinity. I like the mono black or mono white lists. Oh, wow. Now we get a Mole Drifter, which makes me want to go into Mole Drifter. But Kitchen Finks is really good as well. I think Kitchen Finks is probably the most powerful card here. This Cloud Goat Ranger is also very powerful. It puts 3 1/1 Kithkin soldiers and is a 3/3 itself for 3 mana. So I might go at, oh, beloved fairies. I could have 2 amazing fairies by now. Anyway, I'm not going to go fairies, though. Not going to do it. Must resist the fairies. So I'd love to go Mole Drifter, but it's between Kitchen Finks and the Cloud Goat Ranger. I think Kitchen Finks is just a little bit more powerful. So we'll go with the Kitchen Finks. Maybe we'll try like a mono white build this time. Alrighty, so the Grand Arbiter of Augustin, let's see, white spells cost 1 less to cast, blue spells opponents cost. Very powerful card if you go into those colors. I don't know if I really want to go into a blue-white deck quite yet. We have this deck is actually, well, we got Rebels again. I really like Rebels. I like black-white Rebels. I kind of went that last time in my last one. I really like this Warren Pilfers as well. And Grape Shot, Lava Spike. We could have 2 Lava Spikes. I wanted to go to the burn route eventually. I do think probably the most powerful card here is definitely between the Warren Pilfers and the Scout, the Amrua Scout. Amrou Scout. Okay, so yeah, it's definitely going to be the Scout here. And we can go the Rebels route again. So here's a Rebel, and it's a good Rebel. Here's a Rebel, and that's a horrible Rebel, but it actually works a lot of times. I really like this Retrace card, as you can continue to put a gazillion tokens. But here we go. We have another black. Put a 1/1 green token for each each land card in your graveyard. Works actually with retrace stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Worm Harvest to me just doesn't seem very good unless you build a deck completely around it. So I'm probably going to just take this fear guy. Oh, I could have another fairy. My fairies would be so awesome now. Must resist. Too late now, Kevin. Stick to the plan. We're playing Rebels again. Let's go here with the... I'm going to actually might just go the Enlistment. As the Chump Block Forever. No, let's go all-out Rebel Strat, I think. I'm going to go on all-out Rebel Strat. Street Wraith, of course. Everyone knows my love with the card. Tireless Scholar is right within our deck. The capsule's great for killing an artifact or enchantment. There's a lot of problematic ones of each. Man, we could have a great Storm deck as well between Metamorphosis and Grape Shots that have been going around. I think I might take the Scholar, or... yeah, it's between the Scholar or the Street Wraith. I think Street Wraith might wheel. So I'm going to take the Scholar and go this black-white deck, see if it works. So Sandsolar is very powerful. Journey's good. There's another Rebel here. This Kithkin dude is actually pretty good because there's a lot of like changelings. And I got a Siphon Life, and it looks like I went into the right colors because look at all of these cards that are still open. Look at this. Everyone's fighting over the green, and we have, you know, decent blue cards in here, and just everything else is white and black. Sandsolar by far is the best card out here, especially if we go we can start picking up tokens, and Sandsolar is very good with that. There's a Siphon Life, which I do like a lot. Let's see. We're going to get one of these cards to pick back from, and I think the blue cards will be taken. So I'm hoping like this guy, the Deep Cavern Imp, wheels, or the Siphon Life. So I'm going to take the Sandsolar, and we should get a decent card from that pack back. So I really like the Rebel here, the Blight Speaker. I actually like the Pilfers a lot, but Logic Knot's great for that. Man, we could have such a good burn deck. Oh, I need to go burn. Make me go burn next time, guys. Say, Kevin, stick to the plan, go burn. But here's the Rebel card. We got to take it. All right, Raven's Crime's okay. The Stir the Pride is actually really good with tokens. And here's another enlistment. I think the enlistment is a way to go at this point. Face Vaulter is okay if you go all goblin strategy, and you have to go kind of red-black goblins for that strategy. Narcomoebo, Echoing Truth. We're definitely, the people to the left of us are probably going to be put into blue with all the crazy blue cards I've passed them. So we'll take the enlistment. And here, this one's not actually that bad, because you can kind of play it as a combat trick. All my creatures get +1/+2 and untap them, and you can... Oh, wow. Someone is going to have an amazing Storm deck. Paradise Mantle is actually not too bad. You can actually get it out quickly with one of your Rebels or whatnot and actually help ramp. But I'm not going to go Paradise Mantle. Drag Down's okay. I might just take this Gleam, and it might end up actually playing it. If nothing else, you can just cycle it. This is actually not a bad card. Like I said, those Giants, it's a Giant. It's got Mountain Walk. But everyone knows that I love Siphon Life, so I'm going to take it. I like to have at least 1 or 2 Siphon Lives in the deck, and this is a very easy one. I actually like the Warren Pilfers a lot, as it gets back a card. It's a 2-for-1. You get back, it's a 3/3. It's just like a Gravedigger. So yeah, and if there's a Goblin you happen to get back, it's awesome. Yeah, I knew this dude would come back. I think the Enlistment's a little bit more powerful, even though it is a Rebel. This guy is a Rebel, so we're going to go the Enlistment. Now we have double Enlistments. And that worm is actually, the worm token thing is actually looking pretty good for every land in your graveyard, because ooh, yes, it did come back. Well, both of these did come back, but the Street Wraith, I'm hoping I do get a Death Denied, and we can go for some sort of dredge strategy with like a Stinkweed Imp as well. I've chosen black in every one of my drafts here. Look at this, a Siphon Life and Deep Cavern Imp. We're going to go the Siphon Life. Now I've got 2 of the, wow, I'm forced to pilfer. What a great, look at this. Every card is playable. This whole pack is full of playables here. Great deck so far, loving it. Aethersworn Candidates is bad. We got another Worm Harvest, which we could go into at this point, but probably no point to go into to first pick it. I mean, I got a lot of Retrace cards. This Plum of Veil is actually really, 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 really good. It's creature removal. This Changeling, though, is perfect. This 2/2 flying Changeling, as it can actually turn on any sort of like, this will count as a Goblin, give it haste type thing, and it is a Rebel. I don't know if you can actually know. You can't go grab it, I don't believe, with the Rebel, even though it is a Changeling. I don't know. I'll have to try it. It might actually come up. The Plum Veil is probably the best card. It's creature removal. It is triple white, and I have a lot of... No, it is definitely white that I'm going to go heavy on, because all these black cards, like this one is white or black. And I guess the Siphon Lives, I don't know here. I want to go this Plum Veil. I hate to first pick it. Aetherworn Canonist isn't good. So it's between the Changeling and the Plum Veil, and I think I'll go the Plum Veil over another Siphon. Yep. All right. Good card. Mad Ante, I don't think we're going to go far enough into the Goblins. This guy's a good Rebel, actually. He's not bad. He gives a creature -2/-0. That's actually very good. He fits my Rebel strategy, but I just can't take it over a Street Wraith. I am surprised people don't take these Street Wraiths a higher priority. It's got so many combinations in Modern Masters, and I'm going to take it. It just cycles. If I get a Death Denied, it's great with that. It's great with any sort of Dredge, Death Denied strategy you go for. Mad Ante, again, I don't think I'm going to get enough Goblins to make it work. So it is definitely going to be... Oh, I love this card so much. In between the Changeling and the Street Wraith, and I think the Street Wraith is a bit more powerful. So I will take this Street Wraith, and yeah, if I was going green, there's some great cards here with the Eternal Witness and Nantuko Shaman, but hoping this Rebel gets back to me or the Changeling gets back to me. Alright, so what does this card do? You gain 10 life, you have more life than opponent, you put a 5/5. That is awesome card. This is an amazing card, actually. If I get a capsule, it works very well. It actually works very well with like Relic of Brashendis. It also works very well with the Dredge strategy. I love the Thieving Sprite. It's one of my favorite cards in Modern Masters, but it is the Fairy strategy, which I'm not going. We've got a lot of good options here for the red and blue decks, but nothing really for me. I think I'm going to try this card. Hopefully this wheels or this wheels perfectly. I mean, this is actually a really good card, too. A 2/2 makes all the creatures get... I might actually take just the Armorer and go for like a white weenie, but man, you gain 10 life. I just can't take that. I can't pass that up. That card is so good. Alright, so a Flicker Wisp is amazing. What does this do? Destroy target creature's controller loses life equal to its power plus its toughness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, suspend 5. It's just not versatile enough, I think, that you know, you want to cast it immediately. Sorcery speed. It does have that suspend, but 5th turn that they can work around it. I mean, it's a good card, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to play. I'm going to play the Flicker Wisp. And it's a very good card in this deck. 3-1 flyer, bounce a dude. Can't go wrong. Okay, we got a Warren Weirding. I really like the card. It is removal. And nothing in here is very... I don't think anything else in here is worth even considering a pick. There's a Glimmer Void. I'd probably take that if this wasn't a draft, a Phantom draft where you don't keep the cards. We got the Meadow Boon, which is actually pretty good, because you can put counters on everything, and another Gleam, which is okay, and Blinding Beam is actually really good. You tap their guys down, they don't untap, and for a White Weenie deck, this is a very good card. Nothing else is very decent. I don't actually like Drag Down. It usually only is a -2/-2 for 3. We'll take the Meadow Boon. It's a fine card. I mean, we have enough to make 2 decks already. This is going to be a very powerful deck. I do want some sort of Dredge card for the Warren Pilfers and the Street Race. So anything with Dredge is going to have high priority at this point. We got another one of these, Stir of the Pride, which is pretty good, but this Giant's fine. The Giants, you can never go wrong with a sideboard card or a Giant that, if I happen to get the Kithkins that get +2/+1, or +1/+1 in first strike if I have a Giant, then I will include it. But for now, it's probably just going to end up in my sideboard. Alright, a Blood Moon, a Blight Speaker, a Scout. Let's see, so the Scout's just a 2/1. And this is a 1/1. They both cost the exact same. This has a bit more pertinent of an ability, I think. So I'll take the Blight Speaker over the Amaru Scout. And yeah, too bad that there wasn't... Too bad these weren't in separate packs here. I do need to get more Rebels. Why can't you be a Elemental Flicker Wisp? Or you? Or you? Or you? Alright, but I'm liking this deck so far. I have a very, very powerful deck. Nothing to it. It's not very fancy. There's another Siphon Life I could definitely go. We could also go this Test of Faith. I really like Test of Faith, actually. I think I have all of the Siphon Lives I'd really want. 2 is fine. You don't want more than 2 in your deck. So I'll take this Test of Faith. So no Death Denied yet. No Dredge. I need a Stinkweed Imp. I need some sort of Dredge. Some sort of discard a card. Mana Entity makes it back to me, but it's going to be this Rebel. I'm glad it made it all the way back. We'll take it. Human Rebel Cleric. Okay, so the Thieving Sprite comes all the way back. The Relic of Progenitus is maybe a little bit better than the Thieving Sprite. I'll take the Thieving Sprite. Probably won't end up playing it. Probably won't make my 23. But it's definitely a decent card. It's great in Fairies. It's amazing in Fairies. It's probably your second best Fairy that you can pick up in the Black-Blue Fairy strategy. The first one being the Latchkey. So it made it back to me, and I will play it, because it is a way that I can actually discard cards for the Warren Pilferers. But I do need a Death Denied in this last pack. I could take another Fairy here. It's better than anything else, and I doubt it will make my 23. But I mean, like I said, we can make two decks here with the amount of cards. I can't believe I've been past these cards. This is a single elimination draft. If I lose the first round, I am gone. So far, I am 2-1 with wins, basically meaning I've won 2 Modern Masters tournaments and lost 1. I lost the 1 first round. I won an 8-4 and a Swiss. So going pretty... Oh, God. And look at this. There is a bomb right off the bat for us. Too bad this is just a draft where I don't get to keep the cards. We're going to take the Sword of Light and Shadow as the best card by far. And hopefully this gets back to us, the Blight Speaker, which I'm sure it will. As we are the ones taking all the Rebel cards. But this Sword of Light and Shadow is awesome. It's perfect for us. Boom. I don't actually think this is going for too much, though. So let's see. A Giant, search the library for an equipment card, put it on the battlefield, attach it. All right, that works perfectly with the card I just got. If there's another Seeker here, it will get back to us, or the Imp, or the Ivory Giant. All these Ivory Giants actually a boss, too. But I think this Stone Hero Giant's awesome with my Sword of Light and Shadow. So definitely we'll go the Stone Hero Giant. This worked perfectly from the Sword of Light and Shadow. Man, this cut is going to be a very hard cut. It's going to be very hard to decide what cards make my 23 and what cards don't. And I get another bomb. I love Aether Vial. It makes it's so good. It's so good even in Limited. And I'm hoping that one of these gets back either the War and Weirding or the Scout, or even though Otherworld Journey's fine. But I'm hoping one of these two gets back. Oh, there's my favorite card in Modern Masters. Hey there, you... What a weird looking card. It looks like an insect, not a fairy. Little keys coming out instead of legs. What a weird art. Anyway, what am I doing? Oh yeah, I'm drafting. That's what I'm doing. Getting distracted here by little fairies with keys. Aether Vial's awesome. Yeah, it's just a great card. It allows you to ramp very fast. So, especially with Rebels, you can cast something and still have it up. Oh, now why do this to me? I want the Stinkweed in it very, very bad to finish off my dredge type strategy, but I think I'm fine right now as it is with Street Race for War and Pilfers is fine. That's a good combination. They're going to work. And I don't need the Stinkweed Imp. The Tidal Sculler definitely fits in my deck perfectly, so I will take it. Alright, Destroy Dark Art of Enchantment, you gain life equals from mana cost. You can never go wrong with this card. It's a great card. We got another Mountain Walker. We got another Street Wraith. I'm going to take it. Street Wraith is just so good. It's an amazing card. I don't know why more people don't play it. Especially with what I'm trying to build here. So I will take the Street Wraith. And yeah. And the War and Pilfers again. I mean, we just have this deck that's working perfectly if we take the War and Pilfers. But I kind of need some more... I think 2 Pilfers is right. I don't want to play more than 2 of them. The Bounded Silence is great. It's basically a pacifism. And it's a Rebel Aura. Do you know what? That's actually better in the Rebel deck than the War and Weirding. So we'll take the Bound in Silence. Yeah, that's definitely the right call. Enchant creature, and attack block. I can search for it with my Rebels. Absolutely. Rebel card 3 or less, right? It works. Okay, hopefully one of these gets back. Raven's Crime, another fairy. There's the Rebel. Probably going to take the Rebel over everything else here. There is a dredge strategy there, and it retraces. Like, this is actually good with my retrace, because then it can allow me to get stuff in my deck. But the only thing that I have reanimation so far is the Pilfers, and I don't really need that as reanimation target. So it's going to be this Rebel here. Jeez, like I said, I can make 2 decks with this. I don't even know if these enlistments are actually going to make it into the 22, 23, 24, whatever I'm going to play here. Probably 24, 16 lands, because look at all the Street Race. I could probably even go 15 lands with all the Street Race. And even the Aether Vial makes it really good. So that's probably the plan. I might just go 15 cards, or 15 lands. And we'll curve out here at 5. I think 5 is the highest casting cost. 6 with the Feud Killer's Verdict, which I probably will play. I want to see how powerful this card actually is. I think 10 life and a 5/5 giant is pretty powerful. Mad Anti, Fairy Macaw. I'm going to say it right, guys. Stop yelling at me. Another Mana 8 Fairy Macaw. Fairy Macaw is a great sideboard option. It's another thing that I can actually get into the graveyard with War and Pilfers. But, I mean, if exiling their graveyard sometimes isn't that good. I mean, there's a lot of actual graveyard stuff with, like, Delve in this format. So, Fairy Macaw is actually not a bad card whatsoever. We have a Capsule, and I might actually take it. Yep, we're going to take the Capsule as a better sideboard option. And an etched article, no. Okay, another Capsule. I mean, I'm actually going to take the other Capsule. So we've got great hate against the artifact, any sort of artifact deck. And okay, so the Seeker came back, and the Deep Cavern Imp came back. Look at all these gobbies that are still left. This is a goblin, by the way. That's what people use it for. I'm a 3/3 goblin for 3. Face Falter, yep. It's going to be... The Seeker's better than the Imp, in my opinion. And it works well. It's got Fear, and then I've got ways to kill the Fear targets. Otherworldly Journey's a nice card. Look at all these Mog War Marshal that we've passed. This card's so bad. Don't ever draft it. I guess if they get stuck on a couple turns, it does get out. But I played against a game where this guy sat in his suspend the entire time. All right, we'll get the Otherworld Journey, and it's probably going to make the cut. It's a great card. It saves your dude. Might as well take the Raven's Crime. Probably won't use it, but we'll take it. And yay, this is a good card, but this is a better card for sideboard options. And wow, we've just got a crazy deck in there. The Pilfer did come back, and I probably will play it. Who knows? So crazy, crazy deck. I think this is the best deck I've drafted so far. And now that I say that, I'm just going to get blown out of the water because that's usually what happens when I draft. When I rare draft, I go 3-0, and when I actually draft a good draft, I lose miserably. So okay, let's not jinx myself here. So the Scholars are going to come in. The Divinity of Pride is going to come in. The Aether Vial is going to come in. The Sword, the Plum Veil might. I don't know if we needed the Plum Veil. I think I'm going to actually. Well, Plum Veil is such a roadblock, but it's triple white. It might be hard to cast in this deck. Okay, so we'll put this in the maybe. This is the no. We'll put all the Rebels in. This is probably going to come in. This is a maybe over here. Thieving Sprite's not going to make the cut. Siphon Life might. Here's the maybe pile over here. Not going to make the cut. These are going to make the cut. I love these cards. With the street, look at these interactions with the Street Race. We're definitely going 15 lands. With the Street Race and Aether Vial, I think that's definitely feasible. The Otherworldly Journey is probably going to come in. The Test of Faith is probably going to come in. The Seekers are going to come in. The Bound of Silence, the Recluse, the Flicker Wisp. Oh, look at this. We're going to have to make some huge cuts. I don't think enlistments are actually going to make the cut. Sandsower is. These are definite sideboard cards. This is a great card. I mean, I really want to play this with the Sens enlistments, though. But, I mean, it's just a great card all around. It's got Evoke. It works perfectly with the strategy. Gleam is probably not going to make it in. I mean, I could if I want to go on 15 cards, the Gleam actually could, or 15 lands, because it does go get me a land. The Stonehew Giant is awesome, and I like this dude. So we have some major cutting to do. Maybe Siphon Lives aren't needed in this deck. I love Siphon Life. It's just such a great card. Maybe the Deep Cavern Imp. How many Rebels do we have? By creature type, we have 4 Rebels is all? No, this is a Rebel. This is a Rebel. This is a Rebel. That's an Oath. Okay, that didn't help us out. There's a Tribal Rebel Giant. Okay, we'll go to Converted Mana Cost again. So, I mean, I definitely love this strategy a lot, but I need to go up more cards if that's going to... So I need to make six cuts. So between the Street Race and the Aether Vial, I can legitimately go 15 lands. I do believe. Maybe not. The Scholar is just too powerful not to play. The Blights, everything that's Rebel has to be played. So maybe the Test and Face Otherworldly Journey can come in. If I am worried about if I do see a lot of creature removal. The Wyrn's Weirding, I guess I don't need, as I have ways to tap down and just with Rebels to kind of... So the Deep Cavern Imp, I probably don't need either. And we definitely want the Bound. And I'm thinking even Siphon Life. Even though Siphon Life has great synergy with the life gain strategy I'm going. And I do want the... So 13, still have to make some cuts. Ugh. I don't like this part of Magic. Maybe I have too many Rebels still. I just like having lots of Rebels. Maybe these Recluses are unnecessary. Can I even search for... Do I have any Rebels that are higher casting cost than 3? Because I can only get the 3s, right? These can only get 3s. These can only get 3s. And can only get 3s. So that is... Everything is 3s, though, as far as the Elementals are concerned. Sandsower is a must. That is a 3 casting cost. What's my 4 casting cost stuff here? So maybe a Pilferer needs to come out. Maybe that is too many Pilferers. Yeah, I do believe so. So one more. I'm going to... I have so many creatures. Look how many creatures I have. 20 creatures. Maybe I don't need so many creatures. And maybe I don't need so many Street Race. I'm just telling you, these cards are so underrated even in draft. Where, I mean, there's just the synergy between these is crazy. And no, I need these because it actually works for the Metaborn too. So I'm going to take out the Siphon Lives. And I'm 21 creatures. I'm going to try the 15 lands because these are all cyclers. I'm basically running a 37 card deck and an Aether Vial. So 36 card deck. And I think 15 actually works. I mean, we curve out at 6. 5, we have 5, 5, 5, 6. No, I need to go 16. So I'm gonna play a 41 card deck and call it good. And we have so many options to actually side in. I mean, we could go a totally different strategy. Plume Veil, like look at this, just tons and tons of sideboard options that we can actually go. So I'm gonna add some lands and play 8 and 8. go up to 41, and we'll submit it like this. Then we don't have our retrace cards now that help us with excess lands. So this might be too many lands with the Street Aether Vial. I'm just not sure. Probably want to keep the Aether Vial at 3 because we have a lot of 3 casting costs. Dudes. No, we have a lot of 2s too. So maybe Aether Vial isn't... No, there's a lot of everything. Well, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3. That doesn't work with Aether Vial. That's a 3. Yeah, I don't know. I think this deck will do fine. Anyway, this is Kevin from RogueDeckBuilder.com. Thanks for watching.